Welcome. Greetings to you all. Good day. You are tuned in to the Peak Wellness Hour with part of the Peak Home Care Associates team here in Noblesville, Indiana. We're grateful and excited to be here with you today for this hour. So please come in and like and share as we have the conversation for the second week about Women's Health Awareness Month. So Queenie and I were talking as we always do before this broadcast, and the subtitle is the benefits of early detection. She says, well, how do we swing this? So if you all watch us, you all keep up with us, this conversation is bound to go all kinds of amazing places. Okay, so go ahead and like and share, and we appreciate it. And again, welcome, Queen. I'm gonna let my dog in.
Happy Mother's Day weekend, friends and family. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish every woman. Sometimes I think about mothers and I think about the mothers who don't have their own biological children. And yet we mentor children from all around, our nieces, our nephews, and a lot more friends, children, God's children. And so sometimes the British way of celebrating this day resonates better with me. They call it a happy Mothering Day, because it's not about having biological children, it's just being a woman who helps and supports other women who support other women's children, other people's children, teachers who are in the classroom, helping with your children. So happy Mothering Day weekend. And I hope and pray that you take a minute, not just this weekend, but every week. Find that time for yourself. Take care of yourself. So your impact, you will live longer, make more impact, make greater impact, and also enjoy the fruits of your hard labor, because sometimes it is just that hard labor. Thank you for joining us this Sunday. It's Peak Wellness Hour, and it's always exciting to come your way with what we have on our hearts to share. Thank you, Queen.
All right. So as you can see in the descriptions, we have all kinds of links in there for you all to keep up with us and stay engaged. So we encourage you all to do that. And like she said, happy Mother's Day every day to all the mothers, all the women that are mothering and nurturing. We honor you. We salute you. And we want to support you. So we'll have this conversation about we as women. Please, all the men, if you're stopping by, stick around, engage, listen, learn. We can all learn something today. So that's what we're going to do here today. So we'll dive right into it, I reckon. Oh no, we want to go with this conversation. Women's health awareness is such a big deal. We're looking at mothers. We're talking about mothers. And as mothers, we tend to neglect our well-being. We neglect our bodies. We neglect our mental health, neglect our spiritual well-being, so we want to look at ways to pay attention to those things, being mindful of our greatness and take care of ourselves in the midst of, and not overlook our necessities as women, our value as women. And that's very important. If you know you're valued and you're valuable, you know that taking care of yourself is key to blessing others, to mothering others, to nurturing others, right? So it starts with us first. So that's what we're going to talk about. Let's see.
So we want to focus on the importance of early detection. I know last week we started talking about our physicals, keeping up with our physicals. We went a lot of ways, even a little political, a little emotional, and that's part of our makeup. But it comes from a good place, knowing that there are some women who may not have the finances to 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 keep up with their, oh no, who may not have the finances to keep up with their annual physicals because they don't have insurance because of the work they do. And I don't know if this has changed. I don't know why I'm saying this, but when I started doing home care, not as a business but as an individual, I realized that a lot of home care agencies had no benefits, including health care for their employees. And that's why you can take off anytime, most of the time, because there are no benefits to you. There's no health care. And so if you work in that industry, I don't think that has changed much. The few times I've had health care with the agencies I've worked with, to be honest with you, it was nothing. It was really nothing. You know, your co-pays were so much, and a lot of things were not being covered. So when you work in that kind of industry and that's all you have, you don't have any care, any what do you call health insurance, and there are many more out there. And so we got a little emotional, but from a good place, from a passionate place, and we're thinking about how can we help our community, how can we help the woman who does not have even this opportunity. It is a necessary thing, but and if you don't have it, it's a money thing. But if you have it, the people will have it and they'll take advantage of it. I don't know why we want to prove that we are healthy. We want to prove that we are strong. We want to prove that, we're good. I don't know who we want to prove it to. But there's nothing wrong with early detection. There's nothing wrong with doing your physical, getting the checks you need so that you have the early detection. Early detection is very crucial in our health as women. First of all, it can significantly increase the chances of successful treatment. So the longer you wait, the chances are that thing will grow, develop to a point where there isn't much the doctors can do, and it will lead to death. And a lot of the time, we blame death on the devil and everything, but could it be just us limiting ourselves and placing ourselves in a position where we cannot be helped? Okay, Queen.
Very valid. I agree. And I think we're also, a lot of us, I think we talked about this last week, we're so busy and then we would prioritize, we delay, right? Out of default a lot of times. And you mentioned health insurance and the cost of and the access to. But what do you all think about long-term care, or not? Well, we'll go there too. But short-term disability, long-term disability. I hate paying for those things because it's like, it's health insurance anyways. You hope nothing happens, but sometimes after you're paying so much, you'd be like, I better use it for something, right? So
Yeah.
with short and long term care insurance, short term and long term disability, excuse me. A lot of us opt out of that. So when we do have situations and we're off of work, now there's a whole other dilemma when it comes to your finances and staying on top of things. So I think when it comes to early detection, part of that is also being able to manage your finances and building wealth to where there's security in the mishap that something does happen. Like you said, working in home care, long-term care insurance is something that people don't talk about. Actually, it's something that I just recently learned about. I've been a nurse for over 15 years, and that's something I recently learned about in the past, maybe 5 years, with long-term care insurance. And for you that don't know, that is where you're paying into insurance, and in the event that something happens, it's going to cover the cost of facility care. Okay. So that's something to look into just as much as healthcare, because you never know. And the cost of living when it comes to facilities is extraordinarily high, so if you think you're struggling now, we don't want to wind up in situations where we are at the will of someone else in any kind of facility or healthcare establishment, hospital, whatnot, because it's costly. And then on top of that, with insurance, we don't look at life insurance. What happens if something does happen to us, especially as mothers that have children? What happens if something happens to us? Will our children be taken care of? Will there be a struggle financially? What if something happens to our children? We never want to think about that. We watch these St. Jude commercials, and you think about those commercials, and it's awesome that St. Jude helps these children, but there's not a St. Jude in every state. There's not that access everywhere. um and in the mishap that that child loses their life, well, St. Jude was paid for, but can you afford to bury a child? I hate to say, I hate to have this conversation, but we're not thinking long term when it comes to early detection with our health and how to manage those things. Are we eating healthy? Are we in environments that cause us stress? These are things early detection. Not just going to the doctor. Pay attention to your surroundings, to the company that you keep when it comes to your health. Those things are very important. So it's a lot to unveil with this conversation when it comes to early detection and caring about ourselves. Queen.
Well, this is interesting, and you've touched on a whole lot. You talked about long-term insurance. You talked about, because we have clients whose long-term care insurance is paying for their care at this time. So it's not money out of pocket. It's long-term insurance stepping in and helping. But the question is, where do we go? Who do we go to? How do we even become part of these things? This is a conversation we should have another day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who do we go to pay for our long-term care? To pay the insurance money to, so that when we get there, even if we are all good, it's good to have companionship at home at a certain age. So long-term insurance can help with some of these things, and I take that back, because you have to be a certain way, you have to need a certain type of care. So, but this is a conversation that we can talk. We have to, talk about another time, and the financial management part is
Mm-hmm.
so important. A lot of us are not for managing finances well. We are not eating right. We are not exercising. And so it is the truth. It's not just about health insurance. Is about our health in general and what we are doing, how we are contributing to our own health, what we are doing to our own health. And so I was going through some things. I was looking at things that can help, or early detection can help. And the first thing that came up on my list is breast cancer. Breast cancer. We can, once breast cancer or a lump or something is detected earlier, then there is a chance. And the only way is through our annual mammograms. When you do it consistently, they know what you look like. All your images look a certain way. So when there is something abnormal, they can pick it up and say that we see something abnormal. So early detection of that lump, wherever, it could be anywhere, but in the breast, let me talk about the breast, but early detection of it through the mammogram will help with a less aggressive treatment, because it's been detected early. It's not spreading everywhere, because we all know that chemotherapy and all the other different kinds of targeted treatment, no matter how targeted they are, they can affect other parts of your body. So let's make sure that we're getting our annual treatment. Once again, if we don't have insurance, how much money can we put on the side every month, every week,
Mm-hmm.
pay for this? Are we worth it? Do you consider yourself worth it? We save. A lot of people are able to save for vacations. Healthy, great, beautiful. We save for different things. Our children's graduation parties. We save for to get our hairs done, to get our nails done. We save. We put money aside for these things. But are you worth saving to make sure that every year you get your um, health in check, even if it's once a year? you get your physical. So if there's something, they detect it. Uh,
Mhm.
the other thing I came across, I don't know, was cervical cancer. Your pap smears. You know, how often are you doing these things? When are we doing it? You know, your all your reproductive organ and all. It's it's so important, and let's not take ourselves for granted. A lot of people don't do it. If I die, I die. All death is death. Yes, it's true. But who is counting on you? Who's depending on you? Whose life do you touch every day? That there's that one person that if God forbid something happens to you today, they will feel it. They will
Mhm.
not get over it. So Kim, I'll let you take it from here.
Oh, I'm gonna touch on what you said as far as the pap smears, the mammograms, something whether you have insurance or not, paying attention to your body, doing those those self checks at home, paying attention to, the tissue in your breast, paying attention to the changes, in your nether region. Some of us are going through menopause, premenopause, how do you know? Pay attention to your body, um and document those things if you need to. you know this month, I started my period on this day, on the first. All of a sudden I'm not, here it comes on, the 15th, and then it comes back, on all these, what's going on in my body. I'm just giving you a scenario, you all, not being perfect. It's not my situation. I'm just giving you a scenario, but paying attention to those things instead of, well, this appears here again, I guess it's time, maybe there's something going on, spotting, things like that, cramping outside of periods. Those are things to pay attention to your body, you know. Even with our eyesight, you're starting to squint, you need to go and get your eyes looked at. You do. Now that's me, right? We know we do. And if you don't, what's going to happen? It's just going to worsen your eyesight. It's going to make it more difficult. That's just using wisdom. So we have to do that. And don't be afraid to have conversations with your healthcare provider and be open and honest about what's going on, because they're just treating what they see. So if you're not open and honest, you can very well be misdiagnosed. You know, so just be diligent with that. Definitely. You said something else and it left my mind.
Well, I talked about cervical cancer, regular screening with your cervix, your reproduction organs, reproductive organs. That's the pap smear. Yeah. Anyway, but the other thing I want to touch on is colonoscopies. I
Hmm.
think that's for what age? 40 and above or 50? Or
Is
50?
it 50 now? Might be 50. It
So
might be a little
probably
younger.
45 and 45 and above.
Hmm.
You don't know what's going on there. There may be a polyp somewhere. You won't feel it. You won't know it. But if they detect it early, they zap it. It's done.
Hmm.
There's so many things that can be prevented. You even need to know your health history. Your mom, your aunties, your father, your uncles, and in that line, you know, it's good to know your history. It's important because then you will do a whole lot more preventive care, because we've become a reactive society, which is not healthy. We
Hmm.
always want to be on the other side of it, being proactive with our health, and so your heart. You know, my doctor gave me this, and I know that a lot of $49 heart scan, $49 heart scan. It's just $49, which is two two or three going out and buying some junk food, some Burger King or something. Two or three, $50, take it and go get your heart scan. If there's any blockage, anything, you know, growing, anything going in there,
Hmm.
blockage, potential blockage, something, it can be seen quickly for $49
Hmm.
before before the heart attack happens. It can be prevented. And this is from Attention St. Vincent. I'm sure other healthcare facilities have it as well. But they offer these in Anderson, Brazil, Brownsburg, Carmel, Crawfordsville, Elwood, Evansville, Fishers, Frankfurt, Greenfield, Greenwood, Indy, Kokomo, Newcastle, North Vernon, Plainfield, Salem, Williamsport, Winchester. Basically, a whole lot of places are doing it. And if you know with Ascension St. Vincent, ask your provider, the
Mm-hmm.
hospital they are with, community, whatever hospital they are with. I am sure it's something that we have in this state and maybe other states as well. You can beat this. I don't think we can beat this. I don't think we can do this. And it says, I'm reading this, says, if you're over the age of 40 and have any of the following risk factors, you are likely to benefit from a heart scan: diabetes, you're a current smoker, you are obese, you have a family history of heart or vascular disease, you have high blood cholesterol levels greater than 160 LDL, you have high blood pressure greater than 140/90, physical inactivity, stress, poor diet, poor dental health. Isn't that interesting? Stress, poor diet, poor dental health, all of those things, you will benefit from a heart scan. Maybe I should take a screenshot and put it here without putting the St. Vincent there, but maybe I should put the whole thing there because
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take a picture of this and put it in the in our thing, the front and the back. So it's for $49. You find out these things, and chances are you can prevent healthcare. I can't say that I eat healthy. I eat a lot of carbohydrates as an African girl. Girl, I love my rice and all the meals I can make with rice and the it's interesting, but culture has a way. Culture, food is culture, okay? And there's nothing wrong with our food. But we have to learn to manage how we eat, portion controls, manage it. So if you know that it's not so good for you or you eat too much of it, then eat it once a week, eat it twice a week. I don't believe in deprivation because eventually when you get it, you're gonna gulp it down like, whoo, you haven't eaten in a year thing. So I don't believe in deprivation, but I do believe in managing it, controlling it, being in charge, knowing that this is not the best of it. I don't want to wait till I'm diagnosed with diabetes. Then now I'm supposed to eat all the things without sugar and not eat the things I love. I don't want to do that. I really don't. So why don't we manage it in such a way that we can have it for the rest of our lives without that detriment to our health?
Mm-hmm. It requires discipline. Definitely requires discipline.
My God, first level high class discipline.
Oh,
And Queen, maybe I don't know whether you want to touch on. You talk about exercise. Touch on exercise.
absolutely. They say walking is the best exercise, and doing it intentionally. So, a lot of us walk at work, walk wherever we're going throughout the day, but are you doing it at a steady pace where it's intentional, to manage your heart rate, manage your blood pressure, those kind of things, manage your stress. It doesn't take like it's getting nice outside. It is nice outside. There's no reason why we can't take a stroll around the block. It doesn't require you to have a gym membership, weights, in your home, all those things. Just take a walk and it will do you a world of good. That's the best exercise you can ever give yourself. So just start little by little and make that decision that you do want to live healthier. And like Queen said, what does that mean to you? What does that look like for you? you know, and quality of life. If we're ill and we're not dying from an illness and it's a chronic situation, we are chronically unwell. What does that look like for you? Because a lot of times we are chronically ill and death is nowhere near, but your quality of life is just not good. And it for some of us, it leads us to look for the end. You know, especially I've seen it with the senior, population. Just being tired, just being, your body's just, and just praying for that. You know, so it's very, very important again to be diligent in taking care of your body. And that's what I was gonna say earlier. You said something as far as cutting out little things here and there to save money. Spending cards, a lot of jobs have the flex spending cards where you choose how much money you want to put aside on a health card. And so if something happens, that money is there building up, you know, is another option. I think a great option is also, if that's what you can do, is get something where you can have interest, where you grow interest on your money so that you have an abundance over time. And again, keep yourself healthy to where you're not needing to tap into that. Um, but grow your money to where you can do that. If you don't, again, back to if you don't have the health insurance, there are so many ways that you can kind of rearrange your lifestyle to make sure that you have the best lifestyle, you know. But again, it's a choice. Being healthy is a choice. A lot of times, being ill and our sicknesses and our dis-ease is our choices, and we don't want to see that, but they are, you know.
Dis-ease, the word dis-ease, that thing that causes uneasiness in your body is a disease. It doesn't matter whether you're stressed and you're not sleeping well, and we say we are cranky, but there's a disease in our system. I want to touch on water. I want to touch on water. I want to touch on water. We are not drinking enough water. Your body is made up of what? How much percent water? At least 75% of your body is
Mm-hmm.
water. At least. At least. I think it's more. At least. Um, we are replacing water with all kinds of things, but you need water. That's one of the most important things we can give ourselves: drinking water. If you go, you urinate, okay, and you see it's so colorful, please watch your water intake. Your water intake is too low. We need to drink water. Your body needs water to flush itself out. That alone will give you lots of health benefits. Let's not forget water, and that is another preventive care. Drinking enough water. A lot of people say drink enough fluid. I say drink enough water,
Mm-hmm.
enough water, so that you can flush out your liver, you can flush out your system. We
Mm-hmm.
can't even, we can listen, we can put a price to that. We really can't put a price to that. Okay. Um, Diabetes. Early detection of diabetes through routine blood sugar screenings can enable individuals to make necessary lifestyle changes and start early treatment early. This can help prevent complications associated with uncontrolled diabetes. Have you heard someone say they had diabetes, and through just eating well, exercising, it's gone? They don't have it anymore. We have an employee in our midst who was diabetic, had blood pressure. She started eating healthy, she started exercising, drinking enough water. And her last physical showed nothing, not even pre diabetic. So we have the ability to get the healing we need just
Mm-hmm.
by eating right. This week, I've been exploring the different things we can eat that really help, like red cabbage, like beets. Having one meal, one salad meal a day. Take one meal, just one meal. Make a good hearty salad, please. Stay away from all the dressing. Get beets is tasty. Get some beets, get some red cabbage mixes and some tomatoes, whatever vegetables, carrot, eat it. Once a day, maybe 3 times a week. If do it,
Mm-hmm.
do it, and let's see how that changes your whole life. You know, when you are younger and you are healthy, we take it for granted. Okay, you right now you may not be having any health issues. You are young, you're going well, everything is going fine for you. But if you don't take the opportunity to take deliberate steps to ensure that in your 80s, in your 70s, in your 60s, and for some in our 50s, you will continue to live healthy, you will regret it. I don't know if it's a privilege, but I will call it a privilege for me that I have the privilege of seeing, living, or being with senior
Mm-hmm.
every day. And I said that job has always humbled me because I've come across from one of the richest people, a very rich person, to somebody who just didn't have it. And across the whole spectrum, one thing they will tell you is take care of your health. Take care of your health. You see people who did, people who didn't, and you in between, you see everything. And
Mm-hmm.
people just want to be able to get up and go out and take a walk. And they can't do it. And right now, you can't do it for you and do it for them. You
Mm-hmm.
for you and do it for them. Let's not take our health for granted. It's a gift that we cannot afford to lose. And sometimes this gift needs to be maintained. Needs to be maintained. It's not everything, it's not even with genetics. Diseases you inherit through genetics. Once you know your history, it can be managed to the point that it will not become a hindrance to living life to the fullest. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, and when we talk about seniors, I think a lot of us, especially in America, have the notion that we are supposed to deteriorate uh, and destruct health wise as we get older. But there are plenty of people that are living well past their 80s and 90s that get up and walk, that still drive, that they do things, they're still active, and they're healthy. And you don't hear about a lot of them, you don't see a lot of them, to your knowledge, but it's because of lifestyle. It's a choice of living a lifestyle that way, and it's paid off for those kind of people. So keep in mind that getting older is not a sentence. It's not a punishment. You should be able to enjoy those things, and it's definitely better when you are healthy. Right? So yeah, that's something to think about. Again, walking, a lot of seniors that live long, they walk, they stay active, they keep their minds involved, you know so we have to do those things. um what was the last thing you just said, Queen?
I think I talked about water. I talked about
Mm-mm.
water, drinking water. You know, that's the statement that we make the statement a lot. And if you don't use it, you lose it, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't use it, we lose it. But what are we talking about a lot of the time? We're referring to all kinds of things, but even our legs, our arms, you know, all those things. I know a lot of seniors who can't stretch their hands all the way up because we don't stretch. Simple things like stretching, simple exercises like stretching. If you live alone, I've seen videos where you lay on the ground with your leg up to the wall and you bring it as far up back to your head as you possibly can, back and forth. Just stretch something. Stretch those legs, stretch all these muscle cramps. We are not stretching.
Mm-hmm.
We can walk, but we are not stretching. We are not stretching. Stretching is key. It's also very important to our health. I don't want to use the word key. It's also very important to our ability to maintain our, what do you call it? Our
Range of motion.
there's the range of motion. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We talk about exercise, we don't talk about stretching. I saw a video of a man who who was teaching the kind of stretches for our kidneys, for our hearts. And I look for that video and put it on our page again. Have our blogger bring it and use it as one of our blogs, because it's so important. It's so
Mm-hmm.
important. Stretching. When you wake up in the morning, you don't stretch. You lay down, you're stiff, you can't move. You don't take a minute to stretch that leg, stretch it. Even before you go out for a walk, you need to stretch those muscles out to prevent or minimize the cramps that might happen from sleeping muscles.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Even after, make sure you stretch, after you work out, after you do your, all the time. And if you all try it right now, it feels so good. Like if you just really good and just breathe in, it feels so good. Just one good time. Oh my God. It
Oh,
feels
my
so
back. My
good.
back is thanking me. Wait,
Yes.
let's talk about Mother's Day gifts.
Okay.
For me, I think that I'm going to give myself the gift of a massage, a professional massage. What are you giving yourself?
Detachment from these phones. I want some peace. I want some peace. Mother's Day, and we talk about this Mother's Day as mothers, we don't really, it's not about us as mothers. It's about other mothers. If you're a mother, we celebrate other mothers. So it's never your day, so just some peace of mind, and not being so busy, just being taking a moment to sit still and be grateful, and really reflect on what there is to be grateful for. That's my goal for tomorrow.
Definitely, I want the peace too. But girl, I want a massage. Yesterday, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I was working with a client, and we were doing. His wife and I were doing puzzles.
Hmm.
And then every now and then he's sitting there. He'll come and rub his wife's back, and she loves it. Then suddenly, I felt like those arms are on my back, and just for that 1 minute, that from the arms of a 90-year-old man, my back felt good. I knew I needed a massage. It was so
Yeah,
good. So maybe I was thinking, what am I giving myself? I've been thinking about it all week, but I think I'm gonna give myself a massage. I could
good
do.
choice.
I think I want a massage. Ooh,
Have you been to Foot Finesse?
foot finesse. Never even heard about it. Let me write it.
Oh man, they'll get you right. They will get you right. I think maybe for $45. They'll
Foot
start with
finesse.
foot finesse. They'll do your feet. They soak your feet, and they start with your feet. They do your legs, and they go up. Shoulders, arms, everything. $45.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
you can probably go on Groupon, and look for some stuff too as far as massages. Groupon stays with some discounts. So,
Yeah, yeah.
hmm
Foot
yeah,
finesse right here in Indy.
yeah. There's a
Here
bunch of
I
them.
am. And the other thing I want to talk about is that a lot of the time, Mother's Day, you go to places like Olive Garden and Red Lobster and these restaurants, and it's packed. Everybody's telling their mother, grandmother, grand auntie, everything to eat food, which is great. But is that all there is, honestly? Because these restaurants are really packed. You can
Mhm.
go anywhere. I don't know, but if they ask you what you wanted, what would you say? I saw a video of a woman saying, "I've been dropping hints all year. I've been dropping hints all year, but believe it or not, if you're surrounded by men, they're not necessarily seeing what you think they should see. So just tell them. Just tell them.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see, when we've trained our family to depend on us, that we are the rock, and which we are, but we are everything. So they look up to you for everything. So when it's your turn, they're still looking up to you. So tell them. You
Hmm.
just say it. Tell them what you want. Okay, you can eat the food, but tell them what you want to.
Yeah, I like to give gifts. I don't care what holiday it is. I like to give gifts out of necessity. I don't like to give flowers. They die. It's a short time. They're pretty, but they die. I'll give a plant. Having plants in your house is healing for your environment, right? So give things that people need, especially in today's day and age. We are all trying to make it. So what do you need? My grandmother
Mm.
for holidays, for Christmas, every Christmas, all she wanted was a big old pack of toilet paper, big old pack of Kleenex, big pack of paper towels. And everybody got that. It lasted her the whole year. Something she didn't have to
Ooh,
worry about. You know,
that
give things.
saves her money, right? So she can use the
Hmm.
money to buy something else she wants. So
Hmm.
it kind of balances out.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely give things out of necessity. Even with our children, what do they need? You got, all these video games and carrying on. Can you read at a proper grade level? What are we doing for our people around us? So yeah, definitely give out of necessity, out of benefit, not just to say you gave somebody something. Otherwise, just keep your money. I don't know. And I think it's difficult for us to reach everybody. So I'm going to encourage you all, reach someone. We don't know who are mothers and who are not. Some people do get offended when you say Happy Mother's Day and they're not mothers, for whatever reason. They don't have children, they lost their children, some people get
Oh,
offended.
I'm not a mother. Okay, you probably are an auntie, a godmother, something. Yeah.
Yeah, like Queen Eve said, Happy Mothering Day to you then. But definitely, speak life into somebody's life as you see them, especially our women. Say hello. Stop, make eye contact, and say hello. Hope you have a great day. Hope this is the best day. Say something positive, and pour in to the women in your life. Again, we can't reach everybody. I don't want to call everybody tomorrow. So, I don't,
Don't. I
but if people understand how we feel about them throughout the year, you don't feel missed and overlooked if you don't get that phone call or that text. Um, it's definitely about showing some love, and we start with ourselves. Love on ourselves, like Queen Eve said. What are you all getting yourselves for Mother's Day? You know, what do you want for Mother's Day?
I want a massage, and I'm definitely calling for finesse. I do. I think it will help me. It's been a lot of, and I want to say to all the mompreneurs. Is that a word? It is stressful. It is stressful. This journey has taught me a lot. You know, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, but you see it, but you don't really know it until you were in it. And I've learned a lot of things. I was just telling Queen that I took the time this morning to look through my bill for where I live, for my rent, and I realized I was being overcharged $120. Basically, I don't know for how long. Okay, and so we addition out monies, and I'm not one to pay particular attention to those kind of details when it comes to me. This about 2 weeks ago, I discovered something wrong in my payroll. So open your eyes. Once again, look, be very detail oriented. Look, take the time and look through things. And this is another topic for another day. But in the same manner, look into your life. Don't ignore the what I'm trying to say. Don't ignore the little details of life, because these little things are the things causing you the stress. You know, the little overcharges, the little late fees, the little, they add up and they bring you so much stress. So financial management comes into financial management by thinking about Mother's Day, Groupon, let's get the coupons, because things are food is expensive. I'm surprised at how expensive food has become. I used to fill my gas tank for 25, 30. Yesterday it's almost $50 to fill. I couldn't believe it. You know, and these things are causing us stress. These things are robbing us of little money we could put aside for our pleasure, to pay for a massage, to get your nails done if that makes you feel good, get your whatever, take care of you, get your hair done, and all of that. It's important to us. It's not luxury to get your hair done and to buy makeup. It's not luxury, but it's becoming luxury for men. But when you don't look good, you really can't really feel good, no matter how you feel inside. It affects you.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like you belong, but you do.
Absolutely.
Our physical tends to dictate a lot. So let's take care of the physical as well. It's
Mm-hmm.
needed. It makes us feel better. Don't do it because you want a man. Don't look good for a man who is not even seeing you or seeing you for a whole different reason that you're doing this. You do it for you, because
Mm-hmm.
it will build your confidence up. When your confidence is up, you can handle a lot of things. You can handle a lot of things, a lot of stress. So,
And when it comes to treating yourself, a lot of us, we all have bills to pay, right? We just talked about gas prices. We all have financial responsibilities. But I'm here to tell you right now, if those financial responsibilities are stressing you out, your light bill is going to be there, the gas bill is going to be there, the car payment is going to be there, and you're going to be stressed out. So why not take just a little bit of money, again, Groupon, something, there's nothing wrong with saving some money, a discount, right? And treat yourself so that when you do hit that breaking point, you don't wind up in a sticky situation like being behind bars or something. Or because you're so stressed out about bills and responsibilities that you can't take care of yourself, get that massage. The bills are going to be there. Maybe on that massage table, you can think about how to sort those things out and budget better. Maybe you can just take a breath and lay there and say, I am worth it. I deserve, and come back to reality, but don't shortchange yourself because the world has you spinning in circles trying to keep up with the Joneses. And you don't know the Joneses, you know. So what works for you? What's going to benefit you and your well-being and your family? Got to make the decision. It's not that difficult. Just choose to live your best life. Don't you think you deserve that? Don't you think you deserve to live a healthy, prosperous, blessed, abundant life? If you don't feel like that, then why? And is that where you want to stay? Is that where you should be? You know, I want to be healthy. So I have to make different decisions. I have to make different choices because I want it for me. And nobody else has to want that. Nobody has to want it for you. So what do you want for you to be the best you can be? And we have to look at that and be accountable for our health and our well-being, you know. So, yeah. What you think, Queen?
you know what? When you're able to take the time to take care of you and feel better, for some reason you have a certain level of clarity. So you actually do better. Because when you're confused and chaotic and all in a mess, you can't think. But when you take that moment, you have clarity, and clarity is needed for decisions. When you're all emotionally stressed, it's difficult for you to even decide, make decisions. And people are counting on you. People are counting on you. What is important? What is your reason to get up and go? So take care of you on this Mother's Day. Make time for you. If you don't do it tomorrow, do it next week, or do it Monday, do it Tuesday, do it Wednesday. Do it whatever. Take a day. Take a day. If not once a week, once a month, do it. Do it. Find that $50 somewhere, please, and
And
do
do it like there is no tomorrow. How about that? Somebody doesn't have it tomorrow. Somebody don't have it Tuesday or a Wednesday coming up. Live your life like this is your last day. What would you do?
Tomorrow is indeed not promised any of us. To be honest, the next hour is not promised. That's why procrastination is such a thief.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a thief. So do what you can do right now, this moment, for you first. Because when you are in the right state of mind and your heart is in the good place, the
Mm-hmm.
people around you, the family around you feel better. They are happier. They can do better. It's a lot hinges on women. And this week I continue to do the women's decoding womanhood. Tomorrow, Sunday, we continue this topic on my page, and I'd like to personally take the opportunity to invite you. I think we need to know who we are. A lot is hinged on the woman, and I'm talking from a very biblical perspective. And until we know who we are and we stand in who we were made to be, family suffer, church suffers. The family is the first church. You and your spouse, or you, because your body is the temple if you're not married. So I like to invite you to join me tomorrow, Sunday, Queen, on my page at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Oh,
Okay.
a lot of people will be celebrating Mother's Day, but if you have time, join. It will always be there. Tomorrow or the day after or the year after,
And
it will be there. So thank
Edith's link is in the description, so you all can make sure you keep up on that page so you don't miss that. Has a lot of wisdom and insight to share with you all. She does. So
and I do love your perspective, Queen. Well, I
likewise.
want to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Likewise, Queen.
Thank
Likewise.
you for being so nurturing. Thank you for being so encouraging. Thank you. Just thank you for being you, because you've been you ever since I've known you. I met you, became part of the peak team. You have been solid. You have not been, oh, today Angelina is this, tomorrow you don't know what Angelina is thinking. You you've been you. And I lack the words, so I don't know what you've been. You've been consistent. You've been dependable. You've been my rock. So thank you.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much. And you are an amazing leader. You have so much insight and so much knowledge. I love your discernment and your willingness to share that wisdom and empower other people is very motivating. You've motivated me a lot. You've shown me a lot. I've grown a lot. So I really appreciate you. I do. So thank you. And of course, we appreciate our team, our Peak Home Care Associate team. Thank you all. Thank you so much. You are not overlooked. You're very much appreciated, male and female. But we want to thank our mothers out there doing the work, nurturing our clients. So you are honored and loved and reverenced. So thank you all as well.
It's interesting you said that, because a lot of team members have been, I don't know, I feel blessed to have who I have on my team. I feel
Mm-hmm.
really blessed because many of them I can count on. Many of them, like almost all of them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them, yes, we will do it, we'll do it, we'll do it. And so, Thank you. Thank you for the peak team on the field. Every single one of you. I don't know if I have your permission to mention your names on here, but you know yourselves. And if I have your permission, you tell me, and I will start calling out your names on this platform. So thank you all. God bless you. Have an amazing Mother's Day. Until next week,
Peace, love, and blessings.
remember, okay, we are in the Indianapolis area. We are located in Noblesville, 730.
Okay, say it, Quinn. I'm sorry. Remember.
We are Pecom Care. We are in Noblesville, serving the general Indianapolis area. Please do well to call us, reach out to us, info at pecomcareassociates.com, 317-908-7459, 317, I've forgotten the other number, but yes, 8630832. You can reach us. And so whatsoever our hands find to do, we assure you that we'll do it well and to the best of our ability.
Take care.